If you've been scrolling through endless listings, watching video after video of cotton candy machines that promise fair size output and professional results, and you're still not sure which one actually makes sense for your backyard party or small-scale event, this review is here to clear that up. I've spent the past few weeks watching unboxing videos, reading the specs on the brand site, and combing through the 800+ Amazon ratings to see what real owners are saying about the day-to-day experience. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The biggest hesitation most buyers feel is whether they'll end up with a machine that looks good on the counter but turns out to be a slow, messy, or finicky piece of equipment when you actually need to serve a crowd. That risk of buying the wrong thing is what I'm going to unpack, so you can walk away knowing exactly who should click add to cart and who should keep looking. Cotton candy machines sit in a weird sweet spot between kitchen gadget and small-scale concession equipment. On one hand, you want something that's compact enough to fit in a kitchen drawer or a party supply trunk, but on the other you need enough heat and spinning power to melt sugar quickly and spin it into those fluffy clouds without burning. The typical buyer is either a parent planning a birthday bash, a small business owner who rents out treats at fairs, or a hobbyist who wants to make carnival-style snacks at home. What separates a decent machine from a disappointment is how consistently it can keep the heating element at the right temperature, how easy it is to control that temperature without guessing, and whether the output rate matches the demand of your event. That's why I focused on the Breeze cotton candy machine's core components rather than just the glossy marketing photos. The first thing that impressed me about the Breeze is its 5-inch tubular heating element. Unlike some cheaper models that use a tiny coil and end up with hot spots, this longer tube spreads heat more evenly across the sugar, which translates to smoother flosses and fewer burnt bits that can ruin the flavor. Because the heat is consistent, you can keep the machine running for longer stretches, perfect for a 3-hour birthday party where you're pulling dozens of servings back-to-back. The manual heat control knob gives you that fine-tuned ability to dial the temperature up or down on the fly. If you notice the floss getting too thin or the sugar starting to caramelize, a quick turn of the knob brings things back into balance without having to stop the whole operation. Operation is intentionally simple. There are just 2 switches, one for the heating element and one for the motor that spins the head. When you flip the heat switch on, you'll see the metal armature glow within seconds, and the motor switch starts the whisk that pulls the molten sugar into that iconic web. This 2-switch setup means there's no confusing menu or digital readout to learn, which is a huge plus for anyone who isn't a tech-savvy gadget lover. The large 26-inch pan inside the cabinet can hold enough sugar for a steady stream of flosses, and the machine can realistically spin out 2 to 3 servings per minute. In a fairground setting, that's enough to keep a line moving without long wait times, and at home it means you can hand a fresh cone to each kid as they arrive rather than having to batch make and store them. That said, the Breeze isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. Its stainless steel cabinet, while looking sleek and being easy to wipe down, adds a bit of weight, so you'll need a solid surface or a sturdy cart to keep it steady when you're moving it from kitchen to driveway. The lock-and-go handles do help with transport, but you'll still need a second pair of hands if you're lugging it up a flight of stairs. Also, because the heat control is manual, you'll have to stay attentive there's no automatic shut-off if you walk away, which could be a safety concern for a very busy household. Finally, the machine's output of 2 to 3 servings per minute is solid for small events, but if you're planning a large festival booth with a line of 20 or more kids, you might find yourself playing catch-up during peak times. In those cases, a larger commercial-grade unit would be a better investment. So, who should actually consider buying the Breeze cotton candy machine? If you're a parent who wants a reliable, easy-to-use machine for weekend parties, a small business owner who rents out candy floss at birthday venues and needs a portable unit that looks professional, or a hobbyist who enjoys the hands-on process of melting sugar and shaping it into fluffy treats, this model hits the sweet spot. It gives you the control and consistency you need without overwhelming you with a digital interface, and its production rate is generous enough for most home-based or modest-scale events. If you're looking for a truly high-volume, set-and-forget machine for a permanent fairground stall, or if you need a super light tabletop model that you